Aquaponics is the successful integration of the best of aquaculture and the best of hydroponics. In aquaculture, the fish are fed, fish are raised in either ponds or tanks or enclosures, and the fish are fed, and the fish of course produce waste. And dealing with that waste becomes a real problem in aquaculture projects. Very elaborate filtration systems are used to try and keep the water pure, but eventually the water has to be discarded, and the water is pumped out into dams or into rivers or local streams, or some way of being disposed of, which can become a problem. Hydroponics has a similar problem in that hydroponics uses nice clean water that they add nutrient chemicals to, and as it is circulated and the plants are grown, some of those nutrients become out of balance, and eventually that water nutrient mixture has to be replaced and water has to be discarded. And once again, that nutrient rich water is discarded in creeks or rivers or dams or in some kind of enclosure, and it becomes a problem for those kind of technologies. But in aquaponics we don't have those problems, because we can continuously, never-endingly recirculate the water, because the water comes from the fish tank, nutrient rich. Those nutrients are converted by good bacteria to nutrients that the plants can use. The plants consume the nutrients and the water is returned to the fish tank clean for the fish to use it again. So it's a closed loop system, and that must be understood from day one, and that's what makes aquaponics so absolutely wonderful, especially in a dry, thirsty land like Australia, where water is at an absolute minimum. We can have a high density food production system that produces both plant matter and fish in the one system for the absolute minimum of water usage.
We're working to create an aquaponics greenhouse like the one you see right here. We've had some greenhouse hoops that were given to us by a local nursery because they were kind of rusted out and in bad shape, and so we have all of these here, and what we're doing is cutting off these end rusty pieces and working to restore them into workable hoops that are on the pictures that you see, and working to restore these back to this right here, which will be the finished product, where it's a nice rust-free type piece that we can build greenhouse hoops and then create this aquaponic system to grow food, both to supply the cafe, to fund maybe an organic co-op, since locally grown organic produce is becoming more and more of a thing that's popular, and then also use it to feed people that are in need, but instead of just feeding them rice and beans, actually giving them some nutritious, healthy options to eat. Here's the design for the system. Once you get inside the greenhouse, there will be grow beds that will be made out of IBC tanks, 4 sump tanks that will catch the drain off from the grow beds, and then we'll have, to the right here, you'll have fish tanks, be 3 fish tanks that will each hold about 100 fish, and then the grow beds will be able to grow all kinds of different vegetables, and they're able to grow closer together because they don't have to compete for water and oxygen like they do in normal soil growing. And here are the other 2 sump tanks on the back side.
Watch as we take this technology even lower as we get a prototype ready to go to India fall of 2011.
We can feed the nations with duckweed. You feed the duckweed to the fish, you eat the fish, and it's all free. This stuff just multiplies. We're going to take this duckweed frozen and stick it in there just like it is, and the fish just love it.
It grows about 40 times faster than corn. We come and harvest half of it off, come back in 2 days, and it's ready to harvest again.
It'll be gone in about 30 seconds. Right now it's thawing. They're just eating it like mad.
Look at these results from people that are already using aquaponics to grow completely organic, totally chemical and pesticide free fruits and vegetables, and we can grow these same things to feed those that are in need.
the next week, we are headed off to the far northeastern corner of India to a previously restricted area in the state of Manipur in the city of Imphal. Of the many countries that have contacted the Urban Farming Guys, we have chosen to come here to meet up with friends at an orphanage that we've been connected to and following for the last few years. The mission: partner with the orphanage there to help build a self-sustainable source of food and energy using materials sourced 100% locally. These systems will be low-tech and easily managed within the orphanage and can be self-reproduced. This is a big goal, and really we're just getting our feet wet on this trip as we will be building a modular 12-barrel aquaponics system. This barrelponics system, designed by Travis Huey, is set up to produce fish, vegetables, and nutrient-rich water to fertilize the garden. 2 months ago, we built a replica here in the inner city and we filmed everything. When we get back, we hope to be able to show you a step-by-step video of the whole thing. Another part of the team that is going with us will be performing medical missions in the area, providing many services that are not easily accessible to the poor. This will be just a start as we aim to return to build upon this system with alternate energy solutions, water solutions, permaculture practices, vertical growing, and biogas systems that will provide all the cooking fuel for the orphanage and convert food waste on site to valuable fuel for use.